This is Yurima Karama, the brand, coming to you from the heart of hip hop. The BX is in the building, the Bronx, New York, and you're watching Raw Magazine TV. Look Who's Talking Talk Show. Let's get it, y'all.
What's good, everybody? It's your favorite beauty in the hood, K Rashad, and I'm stepping in today with nothing but love, creativity, and a whole lot of storytelling energy. I'm honored to be a guest today on Look Who's Talking with the Royal Howells, Empress, Queen Kiki, and King Greg. Thank you so much for having me. Now, let's get into why I'm here. I'm a creative director, aspiring print model, and voice actor, and also I'm the narrator and producer behind a suspenseful hood mystery called Faith Audio Series, written by my good friend Reginald Shane Brown. This isn't just a story, it's an experience. It's a drama, mystery, it's got tension, and it pulls you straight into a world where faith is tested and secrets don't stay buried too long. You can catch Faith Audio Series right now on YouTube and Spotify. So if you love stories that keep you on edge and make you think twice, this one is definitely for you. And if you want to stay connected with me, you can find me on Instagram at discovering_K or visit my website at thekrashad.com or tjkplus.com. I appreciate everybody tapping in today. And remember, in every story, there's always more than what meets the eye. And guess what? You can also now catch me on Raw Magazine TV on the Look Who's Talking show. Go to www.rawmultimediagroup.com. Bye. That's your favorite dress on. Alright, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby. Teddy light. That's your favorite dress on. Alright, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby.
Welcome everybody to this new episode of Look Who's Talking, the talk show, and we have a very special guest today, K Rashad, and hopefully you all will get to learn a little bit more about K Rashad and what she has going on, because I am impressed. All right. And we might as well just jump right in, let you get your welcomes in right now, Miss Rashad.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, hi guys. I'm K Rashad, as she mentioned, as they mentioned. I am from Alabama, and so I'm a Southern girl. I am a brand designer, creative director. I do a little bit of social media here and there when it comes to managing. That's not my favorite thing to do, but I get the job done.
Yes.
I also am a podcaster. I do a whole bunch of things. I'm trying to break into acting, modeling, and print modeling, to be specific. And also I'm a voice actor.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we have a few things to chop up today.
Yeah, I'm a creative.
Yes. First, kind of explain the first part of the creative director role and hat that you play. What actually is that for you, and how does that come into play where we can understand out here?
Okay, no problem. So when it comes to my business, I am K the Creative, and so it's K the Creative LLC, right? And so I will give you a background of why I chose that name. Well, number one, as you can see or hear, I do a lot of things, and I do believe in God. And so with that, he is the creator and I'm his daughter, so that makes me a creative, right? So I just put my name in the creative, right? Because those gifts that I have were given to me as a gift. So my role when it comes to being a creative director is to direct my clients into what they would want to see as a vision for their project. So say if have a music video, then I would either do storyboarding for it, or if they need a scene that needs to be directed as far as like the visual standpoint of like set design, like this goes here, this goes there, that would be the creative directing for that, or it could all be on paper, right? And also, when it comes to photo shoots as well, it's the same thing. Give you an overall visual, like if we do Pinterest boards, so that you can know exactly like what to wear, what the mood would be, like all those things. So basically, I'm just overseeing like how the flow of the direction of the creative would be.
Okay. And it definitely speaks to how I met you and how we have interacted business wise. Right off the bat, I can tell you definitely pay attention to detail, and that is a keen skill in being a creative director, along with having the eye to place things where they should be. So kudos to you on that. And are there any projects that we would be able to find on any platforms that showcase that skill of your creative director?
So my website, or our website, I have a business partner, but I have my own website as well, is where we both collab on a couple of things. Now, when it comes to creative directing physically, as of right now, I don't. But I'm behind the scenes on a lot of things, because I do have some other issues where I may not be able to, go full front. But I do have music videos that I've done, so those would be a creative direction for me on that standpoint. But as far as like photo shoots, we have a couple of those, but you can find everything on the website, which is tjkplus.com.
Okay, tjkplus.com.
PLUS.
Okay. All right. So did you design your own website, or was that a project like that you contracted out and had someone put together for you, or was that part of the skill that was put into the website, your own?
No, I did both of them. So that is a part of my job as a creative director at TJK Plus, is I do websites.
Okay.
And so I did mine, and then I did that one, and our clients, we do theirs, but that's mostly the thing that I do the most is websites.
Okay. That's
a good feel, yes.
That's a big big deal. It's not easy creating websites. So in coding, like so do you have the skill of coding, and then they have these new ready templated type of websites, Wix and things of that nature. Are you more comfortable with which side of it?
Wix or
I will say I do not do Wix. I use a platform called Squarespace.
Okay.
But when it comes to coding, now this may sound very crazy. I knew how to code during the MySpace days, and so that was kind of like my high school side hustle.
Okay.
I was making everybody's pages look like websites.
Right.
With their custom templates and backgrounds and adding the music and all those things. Now, how did I learn how to do that? I have no idea. I can't remember. But I don't know how to code now, which is so, like, it bothers me so bad. But I'm very nosy. And so when I go on to other people, when it comes to design, when I go on to other people's websites, I inspect their codes.
Right.
But because I'm like, oh, well, this is how they got this to move, and this is how this pixel or whatever. Like, I'm very geekish when it comes to those things, but I haven't put the time in to actually like fiddle around with the code anymore. I'm just a onlooker at the moment.
Right. Which is good.
Yeah.
If you're able to still design and they make it simpler, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Technology is constantly changing. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
for
definitely
sure.
understand that. Yeah, the codecs, and they made it a lot simpler in some apps. So I can definitely understand that how you could think you would lose it, but I believe once you get yourself one foot back in, it'll come back to you like that, like riding a bike.
That won't be stopping me then.
And you took us back to the era of MySpace. So that means you're no longer your age is an adult.
I'm 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
MySpace was a little way back, and I do remember that. And it's funny to see the change in social media platforms.
Oh, yes.
So can you speak to the differences that may create an obstacle or a plus, a positive in the shift of technology today?
Yeah, so when it comes to like thinking back on the MySpace days, like I was in high school, but as far as it is now, we didn't have them on our phones. We didn't have phones that could even do that
Right,
back then. And so, but MySpace, and there was another platform that I was on, it's called Bebo as well. We now can communicate with people internationally, and back then it was kind of just like I don't know if we could have, because like we didn't know to try probably.
Right.
But when it came to it, we were only friends like with people that we knew, or people that was in the city, or the next city over, like in the same state.
That's a good point.
Sometimes sometimes we would go out, we would get some people that would join, and because of somebody else being their friend, and it may have been another state. But internationally, I don't remember being able to talk to somebody like in Europe or something.
But that speaks to the safety, in how the safety has been kind of broken with the change of the technology, because one, it was limited, like you said, to area specific to people we knew or may have known or could know.
Or in the same city, pretty
much.
Right.
That's interesting. That's a good point, Kay.
Yeah, so they pretty much just open the floodgates once they allowed all the social media to expand outside the country.
And be readily available on your phone or tablet, any device. So that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. So take us to your next hat. We're moving from creative director to your second position. Tell us a little bit about what that entails for you, and how you're applying it here, in business.
Okay, so being a brand designer is kind of, those are like sisters or sister brother, however you want to do it, but because they go hand in hand, right? And so with brand identity, brand strategy, brand design, like all of those things, where I come from, taking a client that may not have anything for their business, I'm taking them on a full-blown journey, right? And so that may be, someone may help with the business plan, and then we move from the business plan to a strategy. Then we move from strategy to, we're doing the booklet, so that they can, have everything that they need as far as like later on. If they need their colors, they need their fonts, all of that. And then we go on to designing. So then I may do a logo. After that logo, then it comes to the brand design, because that's what I'm working around. So brand design could be, if I am creating a billboard for them, but I have to have that logo. I have to know what kind of fonts to use. I have to know exactly, like, if they don't like scripted font, or if they don't want certain colors or certain elements on there. Right. They don't like movement. Like, it's a whole big deal. And when it comes to just figuring out what the client would want, right? But it's actually the funnest job as well to have, because it's like birthing a baby.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
It's great.
So it's like, little brainstorm is, making sure that we get what we need, and then out comes the baby, and we have to nurture it, and then we gotta make sure that it's fed and make sure that it's put out in the universe and say, boom, here is what I've been working on. So that's the launch, right?
Right.
Just like when you actually have a baby, you announce it on Facebook or Instagram, or you send text messages. It's all the same. It's just a different way of announcements.
Yes, good announcements, because and it the journey actually from the inception of the thought and the idea to developing it into a brand, there's a lot of things going on, moving parts. So one of the key things that I see and I commend you for is your ability to communicate. But I'd like to know what challenges in communicating maybe have caused you maybe to pause on someone it's vision and not able to get them to
that point,
that brand identity point. Like what makes you pull your hair out with clients, potential clients?
Communication, a lack of communication, maybe. And then sometimes it's just people will ghost you.
Yeah.
And just like any other relationship, because they'll get so wrapped up into like you doing all these things, and then I don't think I was ready for all that. She's talking like I gotta have X, Y, and Z, when it's a process, right? And it's not gonna be easy. It is money to to put out there, but when it comes to the communication part, it's hard because, and especially like when you send invoices, that is the big turn off. It's like, oh, I'm ready, and then as soon as you hit that button for an invoice, it's like, poof. Like, hey, I just letting you know that I sent the invoice like 7 days ago. And then it comes to another email, then another email. And then it's like, okay, I'm not going to reach out anymore. If they want to, then they can reach out. But sometimes I tend to, I've gotten a lot better at it now. I tend to overshare too much. Where I gave you the entire breakdown, the entire roadmap of how your business could be, how it could look, how it could sound, when it came like your brand voice, all those things, and then they go to somebody else that's going to be cheaper, and then they use the idea, and then it may not come out like how I would do it, but it's still the same. Yeah.
So in that, have you, what's the word I want to use? Have you pivoted to a different method when doing business? Because I found myself with that same problem in a sense that you start doing work and hours of work of unpaid before you get to the finished product, and then you get ghosted and things of that nature. So how did you pivot, and what was your pivot in order to prevent those issues from coming again?
Yeah, I do not start anything anymore until I am paid. And so once the invoice is, paid, then I will say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, half of right here, or I'll do all of it. I don't give them access to anything fully. They don't get to see anything until I'm done. We have a meeting, like a Zoom meeting, so that I could show them rather than sending them links, and then they'll be able to go show somebody else, So, and then also we do contracts. And so when it comes to contracts, people are afraid of contracts most of the time.
We know, and that's how you kind of weed out the ones that really aren't about the business.
And also the ones that just want to get over on someone. Basically, that's what the ghosting is,
So that's a good information there. I wanted to definitely ask that because we are definitely
On that
experiencing
page, yes.
those things and had to pivot in a sense to move differently. So
Yeah.
that's good. And with the branding, can you share with others how the significance of branding their business is, and kind of some of the details, not all, but a few details that how do you start to brand your business?
Okay, so sometimes people they have two different things, right? Sometimes you want to brand yourself, and that's if you are going to be the face of the company, just like you guys are the face of your company, right?
Right.
Then you would be putting yourself more out there
Exactly.
than, just a logo and just, content, right?
Right.
And then, but the branding, it has to be, you need a brand voice and recognition, right?
Mhm.
Just like how I can float by now and not see you guys' face, but if I see the bright green and I see the eye rather than the ear and the microphone, I still know that it's raw multimedia,
Right.
right? Because I know exactly what I'm seeing now, and
Right.
because. And then I did ask you a question, and I'll put it out there. I text you and I asked. I said, do I have to put the background when I come here on the show? But this is why I asked, because that is a part, and because you said yes, I said, okay, that is a part of their brand recognition.
Yes,
Yeah.
People won't know who they are just by just always speaking or just by seeing your faces.
Right.
Sometimes they only recognize you by your logo or by the colors that you may use, just like if you saw Nike or whatever.
Right.
Nike is very simple, but at the same time, it's very recognizable.
Yes.
And so, and a lot of people, when it comes to doing logos, and they just put a lot of stuff in, in things, and it's hard to be able to recognize
Right.
and distinguish who they are, because you having to remember so many things, and
Right.
being simple helps to minimize
Identify.
that, right? But also when it comes to colors, now if you got a cool looking color like this bright green back there, then you
Right.
then you'll remember,
Yes.
So I always, even though I am a brand designer and everything, and I do graphics, I always kept my logo just super simple,
Yes.
because and my kids. One of my sons, my youngest son, we passed by Kay, the jewelry store,
Right.
one day, and he's like, "Mom, you got a store?"
He's
And-
seeing your logo so much.
Right.
Yeah, because
He's
it's
identifying.
literally stacked the same. I was like, "No, baby, that's not." He was like, "But it says your name." I was like, "Yeah, that is my name, but that's not my store." And I told him, I said, "We'll actually go in there one day so you can see it."
Right.
But I was glad that he recognized
Yes.
what mommy's logo looked like outside
Right.
of me just putting it in his face or something. That
Right.
made me feel special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, how warm our children can make us feel, and special. Inside of all of these creative works and skills and gifts that you have, tell us a little bit about motherhood and what that is, how that plays into being able to balance and juggle what you do.
Exactly.
Motherhood is a challenge. I won't say that.
Right.
Motherhood is a challenge. I have 3 boys, and so of course
What ages?
we didn't grow up as boys, but
Right.
I've hung around. You said what age?
Yeah, ages. What are the
Oh,
ages?
okay. So I have a 13, 10, and 7.
Oh, okay. Good ages. And you know,
like 3.
yeah, great spacing. Now that part helps you even more as a mother with the difficulties. But yeah, I'm not meaning to jump in, but I wanted to know what their ages were, and you can continue.
No, you're fine. But yeah, so when it comes to me and being a creative, like my main My main thing is to always, number one, I made a status about it yesterday. I always want to make my mom proud, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm her only daughter, and so seeing her be a great mom to me, that's all I ever wanted. And so
Right.
all I ever want is to be able to be a great mom to my kids, be the cool mom,
Right.
as well. But but they gonna respect me
Right.
at the
Most
same
That's
time.
important.
But
Yes.
but as far as like the things that I get to do, I want them to see like mommy doesn't have to go and work a regular 9 to 5 or go, here and there. I can be able to work at home and be available for everybody. And which makes it great for me because all of us were sick this week, including me. Like
Okay.
today was a struggle
Okay.
when it came to sickness. But
Yeah.
I'm not, if I worked like a regular job, I wouldn't be able to be there for them as much.
Right.
Yes.
And then sometimes they get to come on the adventures with me as well. So they've been on music video sets with me. They've been to photo shoots. They've been to, things that I just have to be at to go video and record or meetings.
Right.
Sometimes I've taken them to, different meetings with me depending on if I know that person or not.
Right.
Right.
And so, motherhood, it can be a struggle at times, but it's very rewarding too.
Yes. And that is a pretty cool thing for them to experience, just not the textbook go to school knowledge, and to get some real hands-on experience. Is that something that you may want to see them in, as being a part somewhere where they fit in the creative aspect of things?
Of course, I always tell them I do like everybody else asks, what do you want to be when you get older
Right.
or whatever. I just be want to know. But my oldest son, he likes to. At first, he wanted to be a YouTuber. All of them did. And then he likes to edit, so he edits videos. He was real. He was getting like thousands of views on TikTok and stuff. He was
Wow.
editing, like he was doing
At
pretty
13?
cool. So
Wow.
he had he's had like I don't know how many TikTok accounts. It's crazy. I'm like, that's because you ain't supposed to be on there. So I was like, that's why. But they kept banning them. I was like, just stop. But
Right.
Yeah.
but when it comes to their creativity, I'm always in for it. When my middle son, he likes to sing, and so he's in choir. My youngest son, he likes to sing and dance too. He does things, but he hasn't found his groove of a set thing that he
Right.
wants to do. But yeah, definitely, I want them to be in the creative world. So they get to. I take my little one, and he does some videos for me sometimes. It's like, hey, get in the tree and hold the camera down this way for me.
Right.
So he
Awesome.
gets to help mommy do things. And if I get tired or overheated or something, I'm like, hey, take this gimbal, go
Yeah.
like this, pan to the
Right.
right, pan
Yeah.
to the left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching them how to do whatever they need to do. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
You're definitely putting some enlightenments in their mind, and when it comes to creativity, I could say,
Yeah.
instead of just looking in a world of just work hard in the warehouse and
Yeah.
and that's your only way to survival type thing, I would say. So that's a really good thing, and I like that.
Yeah, I like for them to, hear what mommy's doing, or I hear them talk to their friends about me and my business partner, which is our cousin, and they just get so excited of all the things that we get to do.
And keep doing it, because like I said, that is a gift. A lot of children really don't have. It's like my husband was saying, they're not pushed or guided into those fields. They're pushed away and guided to work a warehouse or just get a job and keep a job. So that's great, and a wonderful experience for you and them. I encourage you to keep that up.
Yes.
So let's get into, we done took off 2 hats, but 3 hats, including motherhood. Let's get to the 4th hat. Okay, the 4th hat in the voice.
Voice acting.
The voice, what is it?
Voice acting.
Yes, the voice acting. Let's get into that, because that's interesting. I used to work a job many moons ago in which I did voice read books and things for the hearing impaired. And at the time, I thought that, like, you know, it was something I was doing as a credit in my college days. But it didn't hit me and impact me until years later that this was actually, or could be, a field for me, and the tremendous help and asset it would be, because there weren't many of our voices in that space.
Yeah.
So tell me about the voice acting and how you are in that space.
Okay, yeah. I've always been very theatrical since I was little. I love music and I love cartoons. Like, I still watch cartoons now. I have like little mini figures of cartoon characters, all the things.
Right.
But always been the type that loved plays and musicals, and I was in plays and musicals when I was younger as well. And so when it came down to it, like, I like to be different people. And I like to be able to, not schizophrenic type.
Right. But, I get it.
Well, that's a healthy
but
version.
I like to be able to explore my imagination, right? Because it still keeps the kid alive inside of me. And so even though I may like go out for maybe a old little lady or something, but at the same time, I get to be something that I'm not.
Right.
And I like that. Sometimes, like I shared yesterday, I am in a DC Comics, it's like a epic novel or whatever, and it's on YouTube, and I get to play the wife of Malcolm, Dr. Malcolm Long, and so her name is Gloria, and so I posted it or whatever, and Gloria was trying to seduce her husband, and all he was talking about was work, and I was like, that's right, you get them, girl. But I'd love to be able to like channel the different things that I could be that I'm not. So,
Okay.
But yeah, I like the different takes on life.
I know you wasn't expecting this, but I'm gonna ask because, and put you on the spot. Can you just give us a little sample of one of the voiceovers that we might be able to recognize, or that you just do that we don't know about? I have a British accent in one line.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm actually not able to today.
Okay.
My throat hurts.
Okay, I'll have to take that into consideration.
I'm already struggling trying to talk.
Right, I hear you.
Okay,
But,
I won't do that one.
No,
We'll
no.
save that for the next show, because I know you're coming back. You've got some things going on, and we want you to be comfortable to come and inform us about the other exciting things. And from this point, what we'll go into is, if you can, a little bit about the print model, your journey in that, and how that's affecting and balancing out with the rest of your projects.
Okay, so I have not yet started print modeling. Well, I could say that I did. I got published in the magazine
Okay.
so that is print modeling, but I'm waiting on an agency to see if they'll sign me or not.
Okay.
And so then I will be able to, further my journey on that. But I am starting, and so I'm waiting on just, more opportunities for that. So there's really nothing else to
Right. Well,
say besides that.
well, the thing is that we can say and talk about on that is how you feel about the print modeling field, because it can be a deterrent for some women because they lack confidence.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your confidence in pursuing something of that nature.
Okay. So when it comes to me and confidence, I've always, a lot of people, when they feel like someone is of a bigger stature or whatever, if they're a plus size person, that they may not have confidence in someone, just like, oh, they're too confident, so it just, here and there. But I've always been the type that I am going to love myself and I'm going to show up for myself just like anybody else would, right? And so even though someone may be smaller than me, but why not me too? Right. So I got that attitude and I always have. Like, if she could do it, I could do it.
There you go.
You better find some clothes.
Right, right.
I'm gonna find an avenue for myself regardless. Even if I have to create the rooms for myself, with the help of a team. But at the same time, I'm gonna go after whatever I desire. And so that was one thing that I always wanted to do when I was younger. And so I'm like, why not?
And
yeah.
that's what's up, and that's why I wanted to get your take on that, because you have to have a certain level of confidence to even pursue that, knowing that the field is so dominated with looks,
Yeah.
And a lot of celebrity women fight that battle. You had Oprah, you got Monique, you got many examples before you that have opened the door to, they had that level of confidence being on the plus side. But once they get into the mix of it, they feel that they have to kind of revert back. Now it's that mental and the lack of confidence that occurs. So I'm hoping you continue to keep that confidence throughout your journey, and don't let the pressures of the entertainment pull you to be popping Ozempic and stuff.
Well, I feel like also, even not even just being what size or whatnot you are, I still feel like it's still a lot of confidence that you have to be putting yourself out there
in front of a camera,
people,
and
on stage and things like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that voice acting is a good way to build confidence also, where you can be out on the stage and do plays and stuff like that. It's sort of like a breakthrough, so I like that. I really do.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So, all right, now we're off of the print, and we got another hat, don't we? We got another hat.
We got two in the hat.
We got another hat with this series. This series that you have. Let's talk a little bit about that. We've been checking it out and listening to the first and second episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't get to the third?
No, not yet.
Juicy.
Gotta get to the third, baby, because I'm cutting up.
Okay. We're going to get there to probably this evening. We've been doing a lot of things, a lot of, same as you, wearing a lot of hats. He got the cowboy one on today for you. So,
I'm representing Texas.
Okay. So tell us about the series on Spotify.
Okay, so Faith audio series is on Spotify and on YouTube. And so basically how it came to be was me and my friend, his name is Reginald Shane Brown. That is what he goes by, his author name, but I call him Nino, so he's Nino to me. Okay. But he and I were talking, having a conversation about a couple of things that we just wanted to do, what we like to do, like other things. And so he had mentioned, now I know him from, I was kind of like a secretary with one of his homeboys. They had like a lawn care service. And so that's how we all hooked up. But we, like, all of my friends are both most of them are men, and so we have the same circle of friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when it came down to us having this conversation, he was like, man, I just want to, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And so he said that he wrote books. I know him from rapping. And so I was like, huh? You write books? And
Right.
He's read to me a couple of poems that he had or whatever. And so I knew he knew how to write, but like a book is a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when he told me about it, he was like, yeah, man, I even got so far to talking to Tyler Perry's receptionist, and she was mean to me, and I just wanted to get my story out there. And I was like, it's okay, you don't need them. I was like, we can do something.
Right, right.
And so I was like, it's okay. I said, in due time, we're going to do something with it. I said, I don't know when, I don't know how. I said, but I got you. So he sent it over to me. I read it or whatever a couple of times, and then I just, months went by or whatever. This was last year. Months went by, and I didn't look at it anymore. And so one day I was like, I need something to do. My throat was hurting. And so I have a condition that I'm dealing with or whatever, and sometimes my tongue goes indented, and sometimes I lose speaking ability. Okay. And so I was like, I need to do something where I'm speaking more, because I'm always by myself at home or at my mom's house, and if I'm not talking a lot, I'm losing how to speak.
Right.
And so I was like, I just need something to do. So I pulled out. I was like, you know what? I got the perfect thing to read.
Right.
So because I have a mic and, I'm doing voiceovers and voice acting, I was like, I'm going to read Nino's book. And so then I texted him and I asked, I was like, hey, is it okay if I create your book as an audio series? Right. And he was like, hey, you have my complete blessing. He was like, I would love for you to do that. And so I was like, just bear with me or whatever. So I didn't ask him for any creative direction or anything. I just went with it. And I did what I felt. I ended up reading how I wanted it to sound. And then I put it out there and I was like, it's up.
Right.
It was like, what?
Right.
And I was like, oh. And so he ended up giving me feedback, and he said that it was a lot slower than he probably intended me for doing it. I gave him a reason of why I did the first episode the way I did. I said because I needed people to feel what was happening, and plus I wanted to have sound effects. And if I'm just reading just straight out, I was like, this book is too just in your face to me for it to not have no sound. And I like to envision things. I was like, I don't have to have a visual to see, but think of those people that may be blind and they need to just hear some extra things so that they can imagine. I was like, that's the type of thing that I like. And so I was like, I'm going to do it like that. And I also auditioned for this app or whatever, and it's an erotica book app. And so I was waiting on their feedback or whatever, and I was like, well, once again, I don't got to have them either. I could do it myself.
Right.
And so I took what I was hearing from them and what I was doing with this other voice acting gig when I was telling you about me being Gloria or whatever. It's kind of the same effect or whatever. But he does have visual with that one. But when it came down to it, I need to hear if somebody is smoking or somebody is clicking a gun or somebody punching the wall or something. I want to hear all of the things that's going on so I can feel the story more. And so that's pretty much how it came to be.
And that's that creative director in you, paying attention to details, because he, as the writer of it, would only go as far as how he's hearing himself write.
Right.
But to actually turn it into an audio series, you do have to add those elements, the sound effects and things of that nature. Yeah. And as you mentioned, as I was telling you, I've read for hearing impaired radio station, and they would incorporate some of those things too. Bottles, or even if it wasn't the sound effect of the actual item, it was just adding some sound.
Yeah, sound design.
To chopping up
That
a
helps.
reed.
That helps put the visual in your mind. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie inside your head. So
Yeah,
that's a really good thing. And basically that's how television actually started, from
Yeah.
radio. So to revert back to that is probably something this society need to get a lot of the insecurities. I would say. What's the other word I would say is a good word for it? The things that are going on in today's world.
Crazy.
But yes, that's true. Yeah. If we can, jump the kids back into a more innocence, I would say.
Innocence, yeah. Just like we spoke about the innocence, a lot of it is taken away due to
Yes.
the new changes in social
And the
media.
visuals and
Yeah, you can see
So-
much more gore.
yes,
There's no barriers. We were
Right.
protected and didn't know
right,
when we were on MySpace.
yes,
Yeah.
We were
But
protected.
let me grab this here.
Yes.
What's behind you and what's above me.
right.
The listen. We're listening to
Right.
hear.
Yes.
And
Right.
then we can see what's happening
see
in our
what's
head. And it
happening
all
right
goes together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
Like, so when it comes to the audio, oh, by the way, I didn't even tell what the story is. It's a hood mystery.
Okay.
It's a hood suspenseful mystery. So I'm sorry
Okay.
for not including that. Just in case somebody's like, okay, well, what is it about?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all of it goes together.
Yes,
And
it
I think that was cool when, as you were saying that, I'm like, oh, look, listen here, see.
Yes.
Right behind you.
Yes.
The full honest of
That's
it.
the tag, because in creating, as a brand creative director, I put a lot of thought into my logo and wanted to ensure that it meant what my vision is about, is to take a pause and pay attention to what's going on around you, and to be a global impact, hence using the third eye and all-seeing eye as the symbol and brand recognition for the television, because I'm not limited to just local. It's not just national. I always want it to be global and international, in bringing people together from all different walks of life under the umbrella of
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, and I like that people like yourself, I tend to be drawn to, because I'm also a pay attention to detail oriented person. And the creativity, though, also has to pull me in and draw me in. A lot of people start projects, but they don't see them through.
Yeah.
So I'm proud that you're seeing this through, and I haven't heard episode 3, but now because of episode 2, I'm ready to listen.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
It's a fun one.
yeah, and it's like you said, a hood suspense story. So when you take hood, it's this rendition that you guys are doing is still not the stereotypical way to look at hood things. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a Tubi episode.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get to take out certain elements by doing it in an audio way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the main character of the of the series.
So it's 4 of them, and well, it's actually 5. It's 3 boys and 2 girls. But the 3 boys are friends, and what came about was the writer, Reginald, he the reason why it's three of them, he had a triangle of friends, and one of his friends ended up dying. And so in the story, one of their friends ended up dying, and they're kind of just trying to figure out like who did this. But the main character, which is his last name, is Faith, and that's why it's called Faith audio series. I mean, that's why it's called Faith, right? Mm-hmm. It is an audio series. That's where the audio series come from. Right. But with Terrence, he is getting that first person to be a suspect. Okay. And he's like, how did I get here though? Because he was on the corner trying, to sell somebody some weed. Right. Or whatever. Okay. And so they picked it up, and the police just automatically came. So he's like, this might be a setup, like, because how does the police know that I was here? And then so when he gets there or whatever, one of his other friends is at the police station, and he's like, well, how did she know about what happened? Right. And so then as he's going along the story, they talk about the other friend that told them that they all were seen together in the club. And he's like, well, I mean, that doesn't mean that we're all affiliated just because we was in the club together. So it just goes on and on of trying to figure out who killed. His name is B-Row. So it's the characters is the main character is Terrence Faith. And then the one that got killed is B-Row. Okay. The one just hot-headed, my favorite character, is his name is Tonto. Okay. He is the the rowdy one of the bunch. Right. The girls is Kiki and Cassandra.
Okay. So are you using different voices for the characters, or are you just giving it, from the perspective of a read?
Of a narrator. Yeah.
A narrator.
So I'm not just flat out narrating. I'm not using different voices, but different tones. Okay. Right? Because doing different voices and having that many people, and then other people that join in.
Yeah, like, you will be schizophrenic.
Maybe that's a lot. It still takes a lot out of me to have to switch the tones, because I'm like, oh, this person said that. So it's almost the same. But, I mean, if I have to do all of them in different voices, which they kind of, you can still distinguish, like, okay, this is Tonto's voice that's speaking now, if you actually listen to it. Right. And this is Cassandra talking. Kiki is a little bit more high-pitched and ghetto than Cassandra. And Tonto is the one that's just, like, in your face or whatever. He always gonna say something crazy. B-Roll is the cool and collective one, or whatever, and you're not gonna hear too much from him because he dead, so everything else is a flashback. Right. But and then Terrence, he just flat. Right.
So you're changing in a lot of characteristics in how you speaking when you're talking.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that makes sense from what we've heard. And that would be difficult. So I did want to point that out because as it's starting the project now, it can expand. Or do you think of ways to scale it up in other directions to give other people an opportunity to become, voices within this story? Stage play of the story and things of that nature. Are there any goals to scale up and expand this project?
Yeah, so he definitely wants to, because it's not a natural book, we're only doing it as an audio, so he wants it to be a physical copy as well. Once he's finished, fully writing, he wants that. And then also, like I mentioned, I have a business partner, and we both are in like the film community or whatever, and we would love for us to turn this into
a stage play.
Definitely not a play. No, but a short film probably, or like
short film.
Okay. For for the visual. A stage play would just be like that would be a lot for us. We're very visual people, and we like to move around, and that's where our element is. That would take us completely out of our element because we wouldn't know what to do the first player, even though I've been in a bunch of plays, and my business partner, his daughter, she went to film school, and she's in a lot of musicals in Atlanta, but at the same time, to direct one,
Right.
you have to do that. That will take much longer. So we would definitely keep it in the aspect of what we are comfortable in.
Yes.
And if that happens along the way, we'll work with it then.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
As your team get bigger, of course,
Yeah.
So
whatever he wants.
Exactly. That's what I say.
Whatever he wants.
I gotta laugh on that one. Okay.
So I'm not being honest, huh?
They're always trying to try this on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I think we have learned so much more about K. Rashad, and I would love to leave them with some more mystery. We're definitely gonna drop the website in our show before the final review, and we're also going to add a couple of snippets and guide them to where they can check out Faith, the audio series on this hood suspense story that has gotten me like waiting for episode 3. Now you got me ready to listen to it as soon as we wrap up. Okay.
And let me know how you like it.
I love it so far. We have enjoyed it. I've listened to it like when I'm at night ready for bed, and it keeps my mind wondering what's going to happen next. So I like that. That's the suspense of it. And we definitely enjoyed our time with you today, and knowing that you're here even despite feeling a little down. We appreciate you for showing up and showing out. Okay. So in closing, I would like to again give your social media ways of people to contact you outside of course, Raw Magazine TV. Let them know where to find your current projects and your social media platforms.
Okay, so I'm on Instagram, and you can find me at discovery_K. I'm on Facebook as K Rashad, and also I'm on TikTok. I don't do much on TikTok, but it's there.
Okay.
And it's at the K Way, but when you spell out V is TH3, and then KY, and then WEIGH.
Okay.
So it's the K Way. And also, I have 2 websites. So I have the websites where you can book us for photography, videography, branding, and that is tjkplus.com. And then I have mine, which is my personal one, where you can book me for voice acting, modeling, or anything of that nature. And that is vkrashad.com. And now I'm a brand ambassador for Raw Magazine TV, so you're going to see me much more. Okay?
Yes,
and I'll get to tell you all the things Raw.
Yes.
Yeah, we gonna tap in.
Yes. You are a breath of fresh air, my dear.
Very talented.
Very talented, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We looked at each other and looked at your work, and we said, you know what? We got to have her a part of the team and build out. We can't wait to meet your partner. So let him know he's got a Sunday to come on in the sit on the blue couch.
He would love that. When you think I talk, baby, we be talking up a storm. The show needs to be 2 hours.
Exactly, right? So, but like I said, I want to respect your health and get you back to resting. And we definitely, you've already showed people that are aspiring or doing business a thing or two today. meaning the show must go on.
There you
So
hmm
we appreciate that, because I don't like people that waste our time.
Yes, we don't like
Yeah.
ghosts.
And we don't
I
like the
love
ghosts.
the conversation though. So
Yes, yes, yes. So we enjoyed ourselves, and we're going to take it out with our theme song, of course, and invite you back again soon. But we'll let everybody know. You're going to let everybody know. But yes, we welcome our newest brand ambassador to Raw Multimedia, Raw Magazine TV, Ms. K. Rashad, y'all. Until next time, you all keep your head up. We love you, and we will talk to you real soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, love.
bye.
Skin tight, baby. Butterfly, steady line, got your favorite dress on. Oh my, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby. Butterfly, steady line, got your favorite dress on. Oh my, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby. Butterfly, steady line, got your favorite dress on. Oh my, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby. Butterfly, steady line, got your favorite dress on. Oh my, let's get it right. Skin tight, baby. Butterfly, steady line, got your favorite dress on. Oh my, let's get it right. Skin tight,